I'm here today on May the 22nd, 2009 in the orange grove that belongs to Finca Sant, which is a beautiful country estate and country hotel owned by Rafael and his wife, right here in the northern part of Mallorca in the town of Sóller. And Rafael has just been telling me something very interesting about the possibility of adopting an orange tree. Please tell me more about that.
Claro. Hace como 15 años cambiamos la plantación de la finca. La finca está constituida de 18 pequeñas fincas, muy pequeñitas, todas agrupadas.
Okay, so what's going on here is that this finca, actually this orange grove, was put together from 18 small properties that were put together, and 5 years ago Rafael and his family replaced all the orange trees, so they created a completely new plantation.
El problema es que cada pequeña finca tenía un limonero, un naranjo, y la mayoría estaban muy enfermos porque ya eran muy ancianos.
Many of the plantations had a lot of problems. They had some lemon trees, they had orange trees, all sorts of mixed trees. And because the trees were very old, they were also very sick, basically. They weren't healthy trees.
Entonces era necesario cambiar la plantación y hacerla un poquito más racional para que las nuevas generaciones fuera más fácil el trabajarlas.
So it became necessary to actually completely change the plantation and put in new trees to make it easier for the coming generations to actually work the orange plantation.
Como os he contado también antes, intentamos que la producción de la naranja, que el cultivo de los naranjos sea casi 100% orgánico, 100% ecológico, casi.
Okay. One of the intentions was to actually create an almost 100% organic production of oranges here.
Prueba de esto es que tenemos este naranjo que sufrió ataques de mosca blanca.
So this particular orange tree, for example, was attacked by white flies, mosca blanca.
Correcto. Y después se tuvo este problema de negrilla. El de al lado está perfectamente sano.
See, and this orange tree is completely healthy. As you can see, the oranges up here, they don't have the problem of this black cover that's caused by the insects.
Correcto. A raíz de que la plantación es nueva y que también esto es un pequeño hotel y recibimos clientes de toda Europa, de todo el mundo, todos los años.
And he was explaining that this plantation here, actually, it's a rural hotel, and it receives guests and hotel guests from all over the world.
Y estos clientes, muchos de ellos vuelven cada año, llegan a tener una relación con la plantación que han visto crecer.
Many of these guests come back every year. As a matter of fact, they have developed ties and a very close connection to this particular property because they have seen the plantation grow from when it was small.
Entonces pusimos en marcha un proyecto que era posible adoptar un naranjo, ponerle el nombre que quisieras, el nombre de tu hijo, de tu novio, de tu padre, o un nombre imaginario a un naranjo, adoptarlo y recibir la producción en forma de confitura, de licor de naranja o de flor de sal.
So what Rafael is explaining here, you can actually virtually adopt a specific orange tree that is located in the grove here, and you do that by internet, and what you receive in return is actually not only your name or the name of your son or your wife or your boyfriend on the internet, but also a package of products that come from this farm here.
Correcto. La verdad es que nosotros estamos muy contentos con este proyecto y también los clientes que han adoptado un naranjo, porque continúas teniendo una relación, ellos desde lejos con Mallorca y nosotros con ellos, y tenemos la obligación de seguir cuidando la plantación a pesar de que económicamente es un fracaso.
And Rafael is explaining that what this has really created is a wonderful relationship and a connection between the guests and the finca here. They enjoy the connection from afar. They might be living in Germany or in Britain or in Northern Europe somewhere, but they still have ties to the finca. And it also helps the farm a little bit because economically it's very, very difficult to sustain an orange grove in this area.
Ya, bueno.
Yeah, perfect.
Creo que es.
That is a very, very nice story, and I'm going to conclude the interviews here at Finca Sant in Sóller. And do you have some recommendations? ¿Usted tiene algunas sugerencias para visitar la ciudad, por ejemplo?
Claro.
There have to be many suggestions of visiting the city of Sóller.
Desde Sant, andando, en 10 minutos llegamos a la plaza del pueblo.
Oh, that's incredible as well, because from this beautiful orange farm here that's surrounded by these beautiful mountains here in the north of Mallorca, we're actually surrounded by the city. We're surrounded by the city of Sóller. So there's properties all around, as you can see, houses right here. And in 10 minutes walking, we can be right downtown.
Correcto. En el centro de Sóller, podemos visitar la catedral de Sóller, que es un edificio con la fachada modernista.
Okay. So one of the things that we can do tonight is have a look at this cathedral, which has a modernist facade. Modernista es hace más o menos un siglo, ¿no?
Correcto.
So that's basically Art Nouveau, most represented by Antoni Gaudí, ¿no?
Correcto.
So he's the most famous exponent of modernist art in Spain.
Correcto. Podemos tomar un zumo de naranja en la plaza y quizás en la mesa de al lado está Michael Douglas tomando un zumo de naranja.
Oh, get
es
out of
una
here.
plaza muy cosmopolita.
Okay, so he's saying that actually you could be sitting downtown on the main square of Sóller, drinking a glass of orange juice, and right next to you could be Michael Douglas. Because Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, they have a house in this area somewhere, right?
En la costa norte, cerca de Deia.
Ah, so they have a house here. Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones have a house near the village of Deia, on the north coast. How far? ¿Qué es la distancia desde aquí?
Bueno, la distancia en línea recta es nada, por carretera, porque son pequeñas y difíciles carreteras, pueden ser 20-25 minutos.
So about 20-25 minutes from here on the north coast is where you can probably not visit Michael Douglas's house, because it's probably very private. But there are famous people living on this island, like Michael Douglas, Michael Schumacher, right?
Sí.
The race car driver.
Sí.
Claudia Schiffer.
Sí, correcto.
The model, supermodel.
Correcto. Y por el carácter mallorquín, pueden estar al lado y se sienten como en su casa porque estamos acostumbrados a convivir con ella.
Rafael is just explaining that in Mallorca it's quite normal to see celebrities all the time, and all these famous people actually feel very comfortable because people don't really pursue them or run after them like they do in North America. So for them it's a nice escape from the celebrity hustle and bustle.
Ok, estamos en la plaza, estamos tomando un zumo. Hola, Miguel.
Yeah, exactly. So we're on the main square and we're taking a little, or having a little glass of orange juice. Right next door is Michael Douglas.
Y cogemos un pequeño y romántico tren.
That's right. We can actually take the romantic train. Which one? ¿Sóller a Palma?
No, sí,
o Sóller a Puerto?
Podemos ir a Sóller, pero por la tarde nos vamos hasta el puerto de Sóller, que está solo a 3,5 kilómetros.
Okay, so the town of Sóller is connected with Puerto de Sóller, or Port de Sóller, with an electric tram. An electric streetcar from 1912, I think, 1912.
Correcto.
Very historic. And how long? It's 3-4 kilometers to get to the waterfront. 3 o 4 kilómetros. Yeah, it's very, very close.
Nada, en 15 minutos
in
estamos
15 minutes, yes.
en el puerto de Sóller.
We're in the port of
Y
Sóller.
vamos un poquito rápido hasta el puerto a ver cómo llegan los barcos de pesca, los pequeños barcos de pesca.
The fishing boats are coming back in. At what time? ¿A qué hora? Más o menos, las 7?
A las 6 de la tarde, 6:30, 7 de la tarde.
So roughly at 6:30, all the fishing boats come back in from the Mediterranean. So maybe I'll catch that. It's now 5:15. I gotta take a shower.
Vemos los maravillosos productos del mar que han sacado. Los restaurantes están eligiendo qué pescados y nosotros empezamos a pensar
¿qué vamos a comer? Ah, perfect. So you can actually almost select your dinner right there, because the restaurants come there to meet the fishermen and select the catch, what they're going to serve to their guests that evening. On this note, Rafael, let me thank you one more time. It's been beautiful. I'll probably come back tomorrow morning for breakfast, and I'll be recording a little bit more tomorrow. But tonight, we're definitely going to go to Sóller, and maybe even hop on the tram to go to Porte Soller.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias.